Alrighty boys, welcome back to another step-by-step video. Now today's video is going to be on Tachanka. Now the main thing that I want to talk about with Tachanka is, honestly, the way that I played him when I was playing my ranked games is I kind of played him like I would like a Doc or like a Rook, or for example, just with like a slightly better gun. Because in my opinion, the Capcan's gun, Tachanka's gun with the ACOG on it, is basically, in my opinion, I think it's better than MP5. Now right here, what I'm doing here to start here is I'm getting a spawn kill on this blitz for the archives doorway. Just wanted to include that because I know I said a long time ago that I was going to make a video about spawn peaks. It's kind of hard for me to spawn peak. I'm not a massive fan of doing spawn peaks. But I decided to include that one because I feel like it's a good one that a lot of people can do for free kills. Now, getting us into our next clip here, guys, the main thing that I want to talk about with Tachanka is the main usage of his fire. Now, honestly, the fire doesn't do that much damage. Like, if you go test it in an actual game, the fire doesn't actually do a lot of damage to, like, get you kills. Its main purpose is to either make the enemy team like burn time or get them to run through your fire. So like the main thing that ended up happening would be like I would shoot my grenade launcher with the fire and in the hopes that the enemy player would push me. So like in this example, I shoot my fire towards a buck that's on spiral, and what ends up happening is that instead of him backing up and playing time, he's going to charge through it, which essentially leads to me getting a free kill. Next up, we're going to be on border here. There's going to be an Ash for context that is going to be trying to push for archives. Now, the thing with this Ash here is that in this current position right now, our gap to basically win or lose the game is going to be if he can kill me for archives, okay? So what I want to do is I want to make him go into a gunfight with me when he's trying to walk into archives. And I believe, for context, I have like a proxy on my doorway. So that's... Oh no, he Ash charges the doorway. So right here, I shoot one fire at the roof here. And that's going to basically tell me that there is potential for him to wide swing, because he's going to walk right through that if he's trying to like Ash charge in, you know what I mean? So it's basically like a forced gunfight, if that makes sense. So that way you can go ahead and get yourself free kills like that. So that's how I would recommend using him, is like play him like you would like a Doc or a Rook, and then use the fire as a means of getting people to go into a gunfight that's very controlled, if that makes sense. So like in this next clip, there's Barbar on bottom, cool vibes, okay? It's going to be a Dokkaebi, alright? So my idea here is that I'm going to fire the cool vibes staircase because he's at the bottom of the staircase. He's going to be punching the barbed wire. My idea here is that I want him to walk up the staircase to try to contest into me and my teammate. So right here I'm playing on Vase. My teammate's playing on the rotate hole inside of hookah. And so I put some fire down, and I do that in the hopes that this guy will ego challenge, okay? That's the whole idea with it, okay? Because it's a controlled gunfight. I know he's going to come. That type of thing, you know what I mean? It's just a way of like guaranteeing me some free kills. Next up, we're going to be on Cafe here. Now, this guy actually starts on red stairs. However, what's going to end up happening is, I don't know why people do this, but people tend to like burn time like crazy in ranked, where they're like for example, this Ash, like no matter what he does, he has to take a gunfight on either me or Warden. Like so like what ends up happening is he actually decides to rotate over to White, which is like so pointless in my eyes, because like at the end of the day, he's gonna take a gunfight on either one of us, and Red is arguably a better position. But I'm gonna fire the staircase, and the reason why I'm doing this is because he's gonna charge up, he's gonna run right into my teammate. My teammate ends up getting a free kill, because it's one of those things where it's like, if I start firing in the staircase, he's gonna try to run up to try to ego contest, you know what I mean? Because like I said, the fire doesn't do that much damage, but we do end up securing the round. Now this next clip was pretty early season. The Blackbeard rework came out, so a lot of people were using Blackbeard. I know a lot of people still use Blackbeard these days. But one of the ways that you actually can get very easy kills is on shield players. And one of the things that you can do is whenever you know a shield player is going to push in, you can whip out your grenade launcher and you can get like automatic... Excuse me, I've had hiccups. You can get like automatic free kills on them. Now, a lot of times what people try to do is when you fire them off, like say you're like in a 1v1 position with them, a lot of times people will tend to try to like just shoot you down. But like for example in this clip, this guy nades the window and he tries to like immediately hop in, which gives me a free kill, gives my teammate a free kill, because he's like, you know what I mean? He's like just trying to ego contest with the shield, so we get a free kill on him. Now right there I did die because I overheated for it, but You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole idea with Tachanka. Now, if it's one of those positions where, in this next clip, there's going to be a Monty that's going to be trying to push through terrace, okay? So, what I need to do, okay, and the only way that I can make it so this Monty doesn't ego challenge me while I pull out my grenade launcher is I have to trap him into a corner. So like right here, I'm gonna fire, I'm gonna make him back into this corner, and then I'm just gonna fire off the corner, because now he has to get out of the fire or else he dies. I get a free kill from the fire. So Tachanka, I feel like, is one of those characters where I also get another pick inside of terrace. I think right here I end up over challenging. I don't end up killing him, but my teammate gets the kill, which is great. But Tachanka is one of those characters where if you use him correctly, you can get free kills on shield characters, and I know a lot of people hate the shield characters. I get it. I love how, like, Ubisoft, like, the whole community was telling them to nerf shields, and, you know, it's actually kind of funny, like, when they were doing, like, the season reveal, I believe, like, the commentator was talking about, you know, like, I'm excited to see, like, the new changes. I don't know if anyone else was watching it live when it was going on, but, like, the commentator brought it up, like, on their, like, live stream, like, oh, I can't wait to see what kind of shield rework, or, like, you know what I mean, like, shield nerfs they're gonna do, and then he has to, like, presentate, like, Blackbeard rework. I thought it was hilarious at the time, because it was, like, you know what I mean, it's just, like, you know what I mean, we're looking forward to shield nerfs, and then they release Blackbeard. Now, in this next clip, guys, we're gonna be on Clubhouse. We're defending the basement site. Now, honestly, like I said, I try to play this operator like a dock or a rook. So I'm playing on mannequin. My goal is to deny kitchen hatch drop. These guys try to push dirt. Now, honestly, the main reason why I wanted to show this clip is because of this little, like, box hop-up angle. Honestly, I never see people do that hop-up angle. So I wanted to show you guys that because a lot of times people aren't going to be playing on the kitchen hatch to counter you, you know what I mean? So it's a nice little off angle that you can use to contest for dirt. And I do end up injuring one for dirt. My teammate goes ahead and ego challenges his way in, and he finishes off that kill for me, which is fantastic. Now, one thing I do want to talk about with Tachanka, specifically on border, like the main reason why I want to use him is because I think he's a really good way of countering like a rush play for border, like Archives Doorway, like that type of like rush plant where they do like Yang, Grim, Monty plant, you know what I mean? And they plant in there, but what you do is you play Tachanka, you make the head holes inside of Archives, you play inside of Archives, you defend Office, and then you just watch out for any type of rush play. Like I showed earlier in an example where people, you know, with the Ash that tried to charge in from that doorway, I used the grenade fire to basically force a gunfight with her. And it's the same concept with the enemy team trying to go for a rush plant, is you use that Tachanka fire to prevent that rush play, and that's the main reason why you would use it on this map, for example. Now, the one thing that I did kind of have a complaint with when it comes to Tachanka is that he doesn't have a really easy way of creating rotate holes while maintaining his ACOG. Now, you could run the LMG and then use the Bearing 9 as like your main primary gun. Personally, myself, I tried it a couple times. It didn't feel that great to use the combination, and so it didn't end up working out for me. Now, in this next border clip, the enemy team is going to be trying to do an office take. So for context here, I'm playing the head holes, and so the idea that I want to go for in this position is that I want to play long angle. I'm trying to use the Tachanka fire to burn time on this east stairs push through the rotates that they made. And right here, I actually get a call out from one of my teammates that there's one guy on metal that's holding my other teammate. So I go ahead and swing aggressively for it, get myself a free kill onto him, because it's just one of those gunfights where you can get free kills onto it. And then my teammate swings out for a guy on east. He ends up dying, but then I swing aggressively to look for the refrag. I think it's really important to look for refrags, guys, for your teammates, because a lot of the times you can get a free kill right away and basically secure the round. Now right here, one of my teammates pings the bomb on 90 hallway. So in this type of position, I rotate over to east, and the reason why I'm doing this in this position is because I want to basically force this guy to pick up the fuser. It's going to be like a 90 hallway gunfight. He's going to be trying to walk down the hallway, which will essentially guarantee me a free kill onto him, because all I have to do in this position is just wait for a little bit of audio of him walking through the hallway. Now this was on PC, and I was using a controller in this example, so this guy is actually like a mouse player. So it is a little bit scary, but I do end up swinging aggressively here and getting myself a free kill into him. Luckily, he wasn't cheating, so I end up getting a free kill, and we end up securing the round right there. Now, next up, we're going to be over on Canal. Now, honestly, like I said, guys, I try to play Tachanka like I would like a Doc or a Rook, and just try to make use of his ACOG. And if you guys noticed, I was switching back and forth from the 1.5 looking ACOG and the ACOG normal, like the normal ACOG they usually have. And the reason why I was doing that was because I just like, I don't know, it just felt weird sometimes. Right here, I swing aggressively for Trench because I know somebody was pushing Trench, and I knew we had feet holes right there, so I knew if I swung that in that moment, there was a good chance that he was going to be holding me. So I ended up getting myself a free kill onto him. Because all I have to do is just look for the headshot on him. A lot of people, for that specific gunfight, since there's feet holes there, they're going to be crouched. So you can go ahead and swing aggressively, looking at the crouch angle, get yourself a free kill. Because when they're crouched like that, they're going to be trying to look at your feet when you try to swing in, if that makes sense. So I get myself a free kill on him. My teammate dies for the main stairs, which tells me there's another guy outside Trench. So I go walk up to the main stairs here, and I get myself a free kill on this guy on Trench doorway. Now, in those type of gunfights, I just like pre-fire towards the doorway there, because all I want to do in that position is I want to try to get him to get a little bit too aggressive for the kill. So like right here, I try to do it again and see if he walks into my headshot, because it is a pixel angle, so there's a chance I get myself a free kill. Now, this is honestly one of the rounds where I feel like Tachanka is really powerful, and it's a 3v1 position. Now, I believe it's going to turn into like a 2v1 position eventually here, because I think my Rooney's going to die. But what ends up happening is this guy eventually is going to go from Trench, and he's going to try to go to main stairs, okay? And so in this type of position, one of the things you can do with Tachanka, if you want to try to burn time, is you can preemptively fire off the space that the enemy player is going to take. You see what I'm saying? So like, it's a little bit different from like my earlier examples where I just kind of like fired off like behind them to try to get them to push up. I'm preemptively firing off like the places that they want to run to, if that makes sense. And that's going to be like the only main way that you're going to be able to like prevent people from like actually like ego challenging into you and forcing that controlled gunfight, if that makes sense. And so what ends up happening here, he tries to go for Scuba. We have a BP there. We also have the a Runegate for Trench. So the only viable option this guy has is to try to go down white stairs. But I'm Tachanka firing it off. He's going to just bait it out because he knows there's not a really easy way to win in this position. And that's like the main thing that I would say is like the most useful thing with Tachanka's fire. But anyway, guys, that's going to pretty much do it for today's step-by-step video. I'm not going to end up killing this guy. He's just going to bait. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace!